They called me home, crying about Dad's heart attack. I dropped everything, rushed over, terrified, only to find myself ambushed. An ambush not of fists or fury, but of pens, contracts, and betrayal. They wanted my signature. They wanted my money. They wanted everything I had built. But they forgot one thing. I'm not the scared kid they used to push around. And what happened next left them speechless. Hey everyone, welcome to Family Lies and Revenge. Today, I'm telling you how my own flesh and blood tried to steal my future, and how I turned the tables. Stick around till the end. I was 3 time zones away, finishing the biggest meeting of my career, when my phone started buzzing nonstop. First my mother, then my sister, then my uncle. The kind of barrage that immediately makes your stomach sink. I finally answered. The sound of my mother wailing filled the phone so loudly, I couldn't understand a word. My sister wrestled the phone away, sobbing. Dad had a heart attack. You have to come home. Now. My heart nearly stopped. I didn't think. I didn't hesitate. I booked the next flight, trembling the entire time. My mind raced with images of my dad in a hospital bed, tubes, beeping machines. We hadn't always gotten along. But he's my father. Blood is blood. If I missed the chance to say goodbye, I would never forgive myself. I left it all behind. Work, clients, a massive deal I had been cultivating for nearly a year. Nothing else mattered. I landed back home just before sunrise, the sky still bleeding into orange. No ambulance outside the house. No urgent hospital visits. Instead, my cousin Mark picked me up, grinning. Yeah, grinning. I asked him how Dad was doing. Mark hesitated, scratched the back of his neck, and said, "Oh, he's resting at home." It wasn't a real heart attack, just a scare. I felt the first twinge in my gut. The first whisper that something was wrong. I tried to shake it off. Maybe he's just awkward. Maybe he's relieved. I was wrong. When we pulled into the driveway, every nerve in my body was screaming. Inside, the dining room was fully staged. My mom, my dad, who looked perfectly fine. My sister, my uncle, and even the family lawyer. Front and center, a thick stack of papers. My dad didn't look sick. He looked annoyed. "Took you long enough," he said. I stood there, frozen. Confused. They started talking, fast. Too fast. About inheritance. About the family business. About how I was the only one free and clear from debts. About how they just needed a little help. Just on paper, they said. Just to keep things running. The lawyer slid the documents toward me like it was all perfectly normal. But one glance told me everything. They weren't asking for a loan. They wanted my assets. My condo. My stocks. My 10-year stake in a tech company I had poured my soul into. Everything. They framed it as temporary. As tax strategy. As keeping it in the family. But I could see it, clear as day, hidden in the fine print. Full control transferred to them. Irrevocable. If I signed, I would lose it all. It wasn't about Dad's health. It was about their greed. Growing up, I was the black sheep. The rebel who didn't want to work in the family business. The one who left for the city, chasing dreams they couldn't understand. They laughed when I failed. They mocked when I struggled. Now that I was thriving, they wanted a piece. No, they wanted everything. My mother, no longer crying, suddenly turned syrupy sweet. My sister kept interrupting, offering coffee, fake laughs, fake smiles. My uncle played the reasonable one, urging me to do the right thing. Even the lawyer kept nodding reassuringly, as if I was some naive fool. But they underestimated me. I've stared down venture capitalists with ice in their veins. I've walked away from 7-figure deals because the terms weren't right. This wasn't a family gathering. It was a corporate ambush. I smiled, picked up the pen, pretended to sign. The room exhaled. Smiles all around. "See," my sister chirped. "That wasn't so hard." I leaned back in my chair. Looked around slowly, memorizing their smug faces. Then I slid the papers back to the lawyer and said calmly, "You might want to double-check those signatures. They're fake." Silence. Heavy, crushing silence. My mother's face collapsed. My sister's cheeks flushed crimson. My father's eyes narrowed with pure rage, not guilt, not shame. Rage that I had outsmarted them. I stood up, walked to the door, turned back just once to say, I flew across the country because I thought my father was dying. You used my love for this family to try and rob me. Don't ever call me again unless someone's actually dying. And next time, get better actors. This was pathetic. And I walked out. I didn't go to my hotel. I went straight to the bank. Because if they were this desperate, there was more going on. Much more. The next morning, running on 3 hours of sleep and pure adrenaline, I met with my lawyer. I told her everything. Showed her the documents. She listened, calm, surgical, and then said, if they even try to use those papers, it's fraud. Criminal fraud. She instructed me to stay silent. To watch. To wait. Within 2 weeks, the trap snapped shut. My family, desperate, tried to use the forged documents to secure a private loan. The lender flagged the discrepancies. An investigation opened. Now it wasn't just family drama. It was legal. Criminal. I didn't gloat. I didn't celebrate. But I did show up one final time. I looked my family in the eye and told them I knew everything. That is, the fraud, the lawsuits, and that from this moment forward, all legal and financial ties were severed. Permanently. I updated my will. Froze all accounts. Blocked every family member. I wasn't running from them. I was protecting myself. And if they ever contacted me again, I would go public. My mother cried. My sister begged. My father just stared at me with the dead-eyed look of a man who realized he'd lost his last lifeline. Since then, life's been quite hard sometimes. Holidays ache. But you know what doesn't ache? My peace of mind. My future. My mornings without dread. The family business collapsed. The lawsuit is still pending. My sister moved in with a friend. My parents sold the house. None of it surprises me. They built their lives on lies and thought I'd hold it up forever. But family isn't about blood. It's about respect, boundaries, love without conditions. And once you learn that, you stop chasing ghosts in houses that were never homes. Thank you for watching Family Lies and Revenge. If you enjoyed the story and want more true stories of betrayal, resilience, and comeback, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay strong. Stay sharp. See you next time.